You when you won't go away. And Dan is a singer-songwriter from Canada, and the last time I spoke to Dan, he was at an airport somewhere between Canada and Nashville, but I got him in the studio tonight. Dan, you're very welcome to Highland Radio.
Thank you, Tommy. It's great to be here. Finally to be right in Highland, right in the studio.
Come here, it's been a couple of years since you were over. The last time you were here, I remember you were up in the Mellon Country and with a few of your friends, Thomas Jackman and Seamus Fitzsimons.
Seamus, yeah. Lynn?
Lynn would have been there as well. And tell us, how are things been going with you since?
Busy, good, doing well. Been back and forth to Nashville a bit. This summer's a little extra busy. My wife and I are building a new house up to the north of where we live, a couple hours on a lake. So that's kind of taken a lot. You know, I'm the general contractor on the job because I have a background in the trade. When I used to tour, if I wasn't on the road, I was working at a carpenter's shop. And I learned the trade with a good buddy of mine, and we still see each other often. But so I'm doing that. So we're extra busy and trying to write. And over here we had a good couple of weeks of writing, week and a half of writing. Was over to the award show in Holland. I
was reading about you, Dan. I didn't know it. And as long as I know you, I didn't know. I was reading a bit about you today, and it said you have credits for over maybe 200 albums.
Yeah,
over
probably.
The years. Like, you don't look old enough to have that many albums.
I know. I'm pretty and young. I know.
For any of our listeners out there, when did it all start off with you? When did you first get the music bug?
I grew up in a musical family. My mom was always singing. My dad was playing. We had a lot of musicians in the family. A couple of guys that we knew one in particular, Paul Gurry, went on to be professional, and we always had it. I started playing when I was at 7. I started to play a lap steel. You sit the little 6-string G2 open with a bar, and I strummed away because I couldn't put my fingers on the fretboard. When I was 10, I started to be able to kind of make 3 chords. My dad showed me the chords, and that was the end of the lessons. And then I just would play. I would spend time woodshedding every day. I'd go out and sit in the field. I'd go wherever, in the barn. I would go up in my room. I would go just all over the place, out in the veranda. And I just started playing, and I just played. Started writing songs at 10.
10, you started that young, you said?
I wrote a song for my mom. And, of course, every time company was over and they were having a toddy or two and a nice meal, and she'd come and get me out of bed at 10 or 11 o'clock. Dan, you got to come and sing that for your mother. Get down here. So off I would go and sing it and then go back to bed.
How many songs would you say you have written over the years now? Roughly.
I don't know.
Would it be over 300 or 400?
Oh, it'd be pushing 1,000, I'm saying.
Oh, you'd have some category. Would you have had a favourite song? I know it's not an easy question to ask you. Have you got a favourite song?
Probably one of the ones I wrote this week. I don't know. It's like, and it might change next week when the new one comes. There's a few that I really like, I wrote a song for my dad called "Who Says Truckers Never Cry," and it was never something I released in the radio, but it's the real deal. It's old school, it's country, and it's honest, and it's a story about my dad was a trucker, so he drove a lorry, right?
Yeah,
and that's what he did, and he was gone a lot, and I didn't get to meet much of him until I was, married and out of the house. And we became friends. But he was just gone all the time working, and he started to slow down, and I got to hang out with him a bit then. But I wrote a song, if Dan the musician and ran into my dad, but not knowing each other, and if I sat down in how the conversation might have went, and that's what that song's about. That's probably one of my favorites.
Come here, will you give us one of your songs?
I can.
You tell me what one you want to sing now. It's up to yourself, whatever you want.
Well, do you like something fast or slow? How do you want it?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Well, there's this Lynn Campbell woman. She found me online once.
How unlucky were you?
I know.
No, you were lucky.
And she says, "Are you the Dan Washburn that's got this song out? I'll do this now. I'll have to drink about that." And I'm like, I don't know who it is. And I went, maybe. It might be. She said, well, I just like it. And I said, okay, it's me. And then we got to chatting, and then there was a chat group. There's a bunch of musicians that got together every now and then online. This is when COVID was starting up, and you couldn't go anyplace. You were locked down. Everybody was locked down. So there's some great things that happened because of that.
Yeah.
As much as there was bad stuff about it too, but there was good things for the music community. We got to talking around the world, and this is my 3rd trip over here. and it's I blame Lynn. So
Yeah, well, I blame her in a nice way because it was through her I got to know you.
see,
So go on ahead with the song anyway.
All right. So this is the song that she liked and was going on about, and it's fun. It's about a couple and they're having a wee bit of trouble. All right. You say there ain't much conversation, but I'm 3 sheets to the wind. And your needs are needing so much more than broken promises again. My 12-step program came and went. That wagon ain't nowhere in sight. You think I'd better get some help real soon, 'cause all we do is fight. Well, I'll have to drink about that. I'll mull it over with a little red wine. Maybe it's time I might come to find you were right all along. Jim, Jack, and Johnny with a case of beer. Tonight are gonna get me out of here. How about tomorrow we discuss where we're at? I know I need to clean up my act, but I think I'll have to drink about that. You say you don't know why I act like I do, and I used to be real kind. And someday soon I'll be missing you, and then I must be out of my mind. And my boss is giving me another chance if I can get on track. Well, thanks for taking down his number, babe. But before I call him back, if it's alright with you, I'll have to drink about that. I'll mull it over with a little red wine. Maybe in time I might come to find you were right all along. Jim, Jack, and Johnny with a case of beer. Tonight are gonna get me out of here. How about tomorrow we discuss where we're at? I know I need to clean up my act, but I think I'll have to drink about that. You see, I used to be a man's man, but if we're trying to keep it real, you never took an ounce of time to ask me how I feel. There needs to be some give and take if we're gonna get this right. So do I stay here on this bar stool or go back home and fight? Oh, you better set him up, Joe, 'cause I'll have to drink about that. I'll mull it over with a little red wine. Maybe in time I might come to find you were right all along. A quick shot of Cuervo and a little slow gin tend to calm whatever mood I'm in. Maybe tomorrow I'll get back on track, but I think I'll have to drink about that.
I'll have to drink about that. That's Dan, one of his own songs. And Dan, just when we were playing that, a few messages that after coming in to say well done. One is from Sandra Shaughnessy, Sandra O'Shaughnessy, who's a good listener of mine and a singer herself. And she says, greetings from Rathdrum down in County Wicklow. And could you say hello to Dan Washburn for me? Dan, hello from Sandra.
Hello, Petal. How are you?
And a good friend of my own here in Letterkenny, Eddie Gallagher, said hello, Dan. And Eddie actually won an award over at.
I was there.
You probably
Eddie
met him over there.
Eddie and I got connected up, and we're gonna. Eddie, we're getting together, buddy.
And Joe Donaghy texted and he said, "Name and shame all the owners that are housing illegal." Where did that come out of? Anyways, Dan, that song. When did you write that particular song?
I wrote that with a buddy of mine, Brett McNall, in Canada, good friend, and a guitar luthier, and I love him to bits. He's a good mate. He's an award-winning songwriter in Canada, and he's written a lot of great songs, and we write together every now and then. Phones me up one day, said, I got a great idea for a song. Come on, I'm coming over. So I said, I've got soup on, a pot of soup on, come on over. We had a lunch, and we wrote a song, and that was it. It was about 4 years ago, I think, or 5 maybe, beginning of COVID.
Yeah, you were saying to Dan off here, you were telling me that over the years you played with some great musicians, guys who played at Merle Haggard different. Must have been some experiences.
I'm
playing with those
very,
guys.
very blessed. I have no complaints. I mean, if it all stopped like now, I mean, I'm happy. I've done more than I would have imagined. I got to do shows with Waylon Jennings. I got to be on the same stage as a legend. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Martina McBride, and that woman could sing the phone book and make me a believer. Emmylou Harris, oh my gosh, I couldn't even talk. I mean, I didn't even know. She's like, I'm probably one of the biggest fans she'll ever have. I love the woman. I learned a lot about singing from listening to records of that woman. She just drives me mad. So I've been very blessed. Pirates of the Mississippi. I mean, I could go on for about half an hour. It's just a lot of names that I've been blessed to work with.
Did you ever have any of them? Did you ever pitch any of your songs to them? Did any of them ever record any of your songs?
No, I never really did.
Yeah.
I just never had the nerve or the gumption to do it. I didn't get involved in songwriting in a big way until I was writing when I was with South Mountain. We were signed on a record label. And I was starting to write in a big way there. And I'd written some of the songs that you play, sometimes of mine from that. And it was a collection of songs over about 15 years, 20 maybe. And I just never got in a big way until about 12 years ago. And now stuff is being pitched all the time. We had a cut with an Irishman, a lovely guy. I got to meet him, Daniel O'Donnell. Regina McDermott and I wrote a song together about 4 years ago maybe. And Daniel got to Daniel, and he loved it and did it. I got to meet him in Pennsylvania. You know what I'll tell you about the man? I met him backstage. My wife went with me. We drove down. We thought we'd make a weekend of it and go see the show. And he met my wife one time. Her name is Mary Ellen. He's on stage 2.5 hours later. He made a point of pointing me out and having me take a bow, and as you do. And he said he's sitting over here with his wife, Mary Ellen, and I was so impressed with that. Well, I just thought that was brilliant.
I can tell you something else about him. If he met you tomorrow now and he hadn't seen you in 10 years, he'd still know your wife's name is Mary Ellen. He's great. He has something that I can't even remember my own kids' names.
Oh, gosh.
But he is a great man, because I remember he met my missus too. She had been in hospital one time, and she was in the hospital, and he came down to the ward and he said hello. And then we were over at a concert in Wembley, and he was there, and he said to Margot, "How are you since?" And Margot said, "What do you mean? Since the last time I met you, you were in the hospital." Remember? And that must have been a couple of years after it, you know.
Oh my gosh. Well, I thought he was a lovely man. He did a great job in the song. The band was spot on. I know the band was. I wanted to just get up and play bass. He had a good lad playing, but I mean, I really enjoyed the music and the whole night. We had a great night. Great man. I'm so honored that he cut one of our songs.
And you mentioned Regina too. You worked with Regina. She's a fine singer herself.
Regina's a class act. She's brilliant. She's a good writer. She's a far better writer than even she knows.
Yeah.
But no, we were talking tonight earlier, so I'm looking forward to seeing her, getting a hug from her. I just love her to bits.
I love songwriters. I know you're here and you're a good established songwriters, but like Lynn, you're over. We'll talk about Lynn in a minute, but I love songwriters who bring out original songs, because a lot of artists I find at the moment, they're doing covers of songs that were done by Irish art. Like you might get some local person doing a song that Nathan Carter or Derek Ryan had out, or a song you heard umpteen times. Whereas there's a lot of songwriters out there that pitch good songs to you, and if only people would do something new, something different.
It's tough. I mean, there's a whole bunch of nonsense that goes with the industry, and they're called the big master record labels, the big guys.
Yeah.
Well, they're very protective of their artists, but they're signing such young artists these days. They're 23 and 24 and 25. What are they going to write about? What have they experienced in life? So the topics are not always the best.
Yeah. Right?
And the writing isn't all that heady or smart, or doesn't have hurt or lifelong experience of losing somebody. So it's really difficult these days. It's different over here. If they like it, they play it.
Yeah.
I mean, like yourself. If you like an artist, you're going to play him. That's it.
But that's what I take your point to that you mentioned, especially over in America, there are these big executives bringing in good-looking guys and good-looking girls, and they might bring out 3 or 4 albums at the most, whereas you mentioned Emmylou Harris, Waylon Jennings, and those guys brought out hundreds of albums. And I find with a lot of the new ones coming out in the States at the moment, they all sound the same. you wouldn't, when you hear Tammy Wynette's voice or Emmylou Harris's voice,
Stop you on a
or,
dime.
you'd reckon
know it.
you know who it is. Whereas a lot of the young girls coming out now in the States, they all sound the same.
You could play 10 of them, and it's really, there's only a couple that I can tell.
Yeah.
I like the Stella Langley a lot.
Yeah, she's not a bad wee
Right?
singer. Yeah.
There's a couple of them. There's another one I like. I can't remember her name because that's what happens. When you want it, you can't remember it, but she's good also. I saw her at, I'm down at the Opry every now and then. Some of the artists that I produce in Nashville, they haven't been to the Opry, especially if they're from here.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in the UK or Europe, and they want to go to the Opry. So it's let's go. So I get to see the Opry all the time, and so there's a remnant that's getting bigger, and you'll be happy to hear this, that are playing real country music,
Yeah.
and it's getting a little bigger.
Yeah, I had a young lad on with me last night from Virginia. He's launching an EP tomorrow down in Nashville. A young guy called Trace Nixon, a very good, real traditional as well. Who are you working with at the moment in Nashville when you're down there?
Well, I've got a great crew of musicians. The guitar player, just about every listener here has heard Garth Brooks. Well, the guitar player for Garth for 33 years, Chris Lusinger.
Yeah.
My guitar player and my session leader. Session leader helps me organize the charts, and we sit down and we write the charts together. If I'm down for the week of writing, and then I'll record on the Friday. Not the songs I've just written, usually the trip before, so we have time.
Yeah.
And it gives me time to hear how I want to do it or sort how I want to do it. I did Noel Boland, a song that he wrote with Johnny Brady, for example.
Yeah.
And so we had a chance to go through it, and they told me what they were after and the sound they were after. And Noel knew what he was needing, and we did that. It was brilliant. But Chris and I we write the charts on the Thursday night. We go in the Friday morning, and I've got a great crew of guys, and they've all. I mean, I could drop names for about a half an hour of Wanda Vic Birchfield, who's one of the Opry members, staff musicians. She plays about 7 things at ninja level. She's just brilliant. She just played it in London at the hall. What's the big?
Oh, the Albert.
And they record it at Abbey Road Studios, the Opry band.
That's right.
They brought the whole Opry band over. So Wanda, if you hear fiddle on my stuff, it's usually Wanda. If it's not Wanda, it's Don Reed from the band I was in called South Mountain. Donnie played the first 4 Dwight Yoakam records. He did the Streets of Bakersfield with Buck Owens. He played on the Hot Dog album with Buck. So I'm blessed to work with a lot of brilliant musicians.
Have you ever worked with the Silver Eagle? He passed away there a couple of years ago. He was in the house band in Nashville. Oh, I can't think of his name now. You would have always seen him on Larry's Country Diner.
Oh, the guitar player. He played guitar. No, right. I never did. I just, you know what? I can't remember his name. It's
just off my head too. And I read his autobiography there a couple of months back.
I saw him, sometimes at night before you settle down, some of these clips run through. Yeah. And Larry's Country Diner one come on, and he was playing in the house band there. But he was in the Opry for years. Right?
That's right. God, his name just won't come to me now. And
but I just saw him last night. That's where I was going. I just saw him last night. It was a little clip. And I don't even remember who the artist was, but the band was brilliant.
Jimmy something is his name.
Jimmy
Caps.
Aye.
That's him. Come here, you're over in Ireland for Lynn's CD launch. Lynn was up with me a fortnight ago, and she's launching her album over the Courthouse in Lifford tomorrow. And it actually got Album of the Year over at that red carpet event.
I was so proud of her. And she sang brilliantly, I've got to tell you. And, she went up. And I knew you were a bit nervous. Lynn's here. I could say that.
She's behind the camera. Oh, yeah. She's as red
she's
as red as an apple I'm about to eat in a few minutes.
But she was a bit nervous. But I'm telling you, once she got on the stage and once the first note came out, off she went. And I was so proud of her.
Yeah.
So pleased.
Yeah, I know of Lynn now for a couple of years, and she's been working on this album. She had been bringing out some great singles, and play to her,
When I started listening to her stuff, I said, "You're a brilliant writer." She said, "Oh, no, go away. I'm just that." I said, "Lynn, I'm not going to lie to you. You're a far better writer than you know." And she is. And so now she's starting to believe it a wee bit, and she's doing something about it. And I am very blessed that I was over at this time, and she did her CD release and invited me to come and sing a couple of songs, and I'm just chuffed is the right word about it all.
I know it's great. It's great encouragement for Lynn, because an artist established as you, a songwriter. It's great to see somebody like Lynn who's been at it maybe a couple of years now, but maybe, I know some songwriters, if they're not getting the credit that they deserve, it's nice to see somebody who's good at it, giving them, it does your confidence.
It is, and she's brilliant at it. You're going to hear more from her, and we're going to write more, aren't we, Lynn? Yes. Right. But she's a good writer on her own. But I love writing with her whenever we've had the chance. Although the first one that we did was a little bit risque.
You did a good little song that you didn't release, and I've been telling Lynn the last time she was up with me, should release it. The one about Donegal women, is it?
Irish.
Irish women,
could rule the world in subtitle. As the subtitle. Irish women could rule the world.
That was a good one. Come here, give us another song anyway.
Okay.
I'm not going to hold you up much longer now because you're going back to Lifford and it's a rotten old night out there.
Well,
what's the song?
I'm just thinking about what I should do. You know what? Maybe I'll do that one that I was telling you about a minute ago.
Do.
And I don't think I need anything to see it. So, can I have a wee bit of a talk to the audience to let them know what we're doing here?
Yeah.
So my dad was a truck driver all his life. I didn't get to see him a lot when I was growing up. Anyway, I became a professional musician. I'm on the road traveling. And I wrote a song about what it might have been like if I met my dad without us being actual father and son at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. at a truck stop somewhere. And I sat down. What it might have been like, that conversation, what it went. Coming home from a show after 3 weeks on the road, I stopped in at a truck stop late one night. Not a chair to be had, but at some table set aside, a man said, "Son, sit down if you've the time." Well, we got to talking shop. He said he drove a truck for nearly 30 years, just needed another 5. I told him that I sang, but he didn't hear a thing. And his next words echo in my mind. If I had it all to do again, I'd have parked this rig, at least for 1,000,000 miles or so. And just watched my family grow. But food on the table kept those wheels just spinning round. Home long enough to say goodbye. Who says truckers never cry? Well, his words cut to the bone, made me think of my own home. I realized what really matters most. A trucker's tale of life made me thankful for my wife and kids, and the lesson learned in a sad refrain. If I had it all to do again, I'd have parked this rig, at least for 1,000,000 miles or so. And watched my family grow. But food on the table kept those wheels just spinning round. Home long enough to say goodbye. Who says truckers never cry? Who says truckers never cry?
That's a great song. Some great lyrics. I don't know how you managed to get all the lyrics. The songs I was playing earlier on. There was one I played last night about "Forever It Doesn't Last Forever."
Forever doesn't last as long these days.
Long. Great song, great lyrics. How do you when you decide to write a song? Have you the lyrics in your head there and then, or do you just say, I'm going to sit for 3 hours now and start writing songs?
All of the above, Tommy. I mean, sometimes
Some
there's
gift.
a melody will come. Sometimes I'll have an idea for a song. Quite often I'll be driving in the car
Yeah.
and I'll see something. I mean, we're writers, so our job is to observe life and write it down. Hopefully to a decent melody and make it make sense that people can relate to it, make them feel something.
And what do you do? What do you do? Do you use your phone
Well, now I use my phone.
Yeah, that's handy.
But back in the day, I'd pull over to the side of the road and I'd write down, Bob and Mary are having a baby and we're going to write a song about it. So I'd write something.
Sandra O'Shaughnessy was on there again. She said, absolutely beautiful, that last song. And also, Seamus over there in the UK just texted in to say hello to you.
Seamus is
Good,
is a
good
brother from another
songwriter
mother.
as well, isn't he?
Oh, Seamus is brilliant. Seamus and I have written a few songs together, I'll tell you. I'm telling you that, man, gosh. I wish I was a multimillionaire. But I'm a songwriter, so I never will be. Not where I am now.
Oh, you might, all these songs.
You
It's the
never know.
songwriters make the money now from the IMRO.
I
Lynn will
got,
be.
I
Lynn
got,
will,
I
hope
got
Lynn,
notice I
Lynn,
had some money yesterday.
I hope Lynn talks to me now when she makes her first couple of hundred from. She'd be able to buy a new fridge or a new TV, a 65-inch script TV.
Aye. Well, I'm telling you, I just finished with Seamus. Seamus, keep writing, buddy. We got to do it. I got to get that man. I'm telling you, that's a lad that I would take down on my Nashville team or my Canadian team. I got a great team. We recorded in Canada as well with Seamus. He's brilliant. Thomas Jackman.
Thomas, a fine songwriter.
Oh, gosh. Anyway.
Do you ever come across, who do you call him? He's from Texas. Frank Martin Gilligan.
I haven't, but I know the name.
Because I know when Frank is over in Ireland, he teams up with Thomas Jackman. Frank used to sing with a group called Mason Dixon Line back in the 80s and 90s, and then he stopped singing for a while.
I've not met him, but I know the name for sure.
He's a fine songwriter as well.
There's so many people that, you know what, there's a lot of great songwriters that are never going to get heard.
That's true. It's true. It's amazing the amount of people who go over to Nashville to try and make it. So many talented people, and they might never.
If somebody was to ask me, I would just quote him what Waylon and Willie said: "Don't let them be doctors and lawyers and such.
Yeah.
Don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys."
Come here, the big night tomorrow night with Lynn over in the courthouse.
It's gonna be great.
It's a lovely venue,
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So
as long as they don't put you behind bars.
I was going to say we were having a bit of a crack today, sitting at Lynn's house having lunch, and Stevie and a new fella to me, Kieran Murray, is a great writer as well. And the three of us did some writing this week. Anyway, we're sitting there just cutting up a bit. And Lynn said, if you'd have got here a little earlier, I was going to take you to tour the courthouse. And I said to Lynn, I'm not so sure they'd have let everybody back out. Are you?
Come here. How long were you in Ireland for? When do you head home?
I head home on Sunday. So I'm heading down to, I'm going to Dublin on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a bus and I'm going to sit there and just probably have a nap. But I've got a bit of homework to do and on some music. And then I'm flying home on Sunday morning at 9:30.
And what happens when you get home? When are you doing many gigs?
I am. Well, not gigs too much. I got one coming up that's kind of important. I'm heading home and I'm home for 4 days. And then my missus is a quilter. She's a doctor, but her hobby is quilting. And she has 2 quilts hanging up in Houston, Texas at the International Show.
Oh, lovely.
So we're flying down to see them. She's like, we don't need to go. We went last year to see one. I said, are you kidding? Eat the donut. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on. So we're going on for the weekend. and then I'm home. I'll be up north with the lads where we're building the house up north.
When do you hope to have it finished?
Well, we'll get it closed in probably beginning of November and get the furnace on, the heat on, because it's starting to get cold up there, but not too bad, only about -10. And then it'll get real cold a month after that, a month and a half.
-10.
Well, that's skiing weather for me. We're downhill skiers. And then I won an award in Oklahoma, of all things, for a Western song. And it was the first and only one so far I've written in the Western mode, called This Old Barn.
Did you ever come across Joni Harms out there in Oklahoma?
I haven't. I
She's
haven't
a
been yet.
Western.
This is my first trip.
If you meet Joni, tell her I said hello. She's very big out there. You know, she's.
Is she in the Western community?
Western, yeah, she's in the Western. Big
Okay,
time.
when
in
we're done
Oklahoma.
here, you must give me her name, and I'll look her up.
Hi, Joni Harms.
A woman from Germany that I write with, Manuela Schneider. We wrote that song together.
Yeah.
And she had me sing it, and I cut it in my Nashville team, and it won an award. I'm nervous because Clint Black's going to be there, which is great. I'm not. That doesn't make me nervous, but all the Nashville guys that are there, it won't. But one of my heroes is an actor by the name of Dennis Quaid,
Oh yeah.
and I heard he might be there, and singing in front of him is going to make me a wee bit nervous.
You were mentioning Clint Black there. I just seen there on Spotify he has a new song.
Oh,
out.
Clint's great.
And it's the first time I think in a while now he's bringing out.
It's nice to see him doing something.
Yeah.
Right? Some of the guys are doing.
Oh, when he came out first, he was mental.
he's
big, wasn't he?
massive.
Killing time. And,
I did all those songs.
Yeah.
I was playing in a bar band at the time before I got signed to the label, and we did a couple of Clint Black songs.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I'm off to in October, going down to Oklahoma.
Great. Well, come here. Give us one more song before you go. And just want to say a big thanks for popping in on such a miserable lone night. And hope yourself and Lynn get back home to live.
Let me see, what could I do, Lynn? I did, Lynn. Well, let me can I grab my book for a second here?
Yep. Grab whatever
I'll have
you
a wee
want.
peek.
They're great old things to us, aren't they? The old,
Did I tell you that we were over all of us that were over in Holland last week?
that's right, over at the
Well, the
Red Carpet
Irish,
Awards.
I'm telling you, the Irish took away a whole bunch of awards.
That's right. Lorraine McCauley from Ballyshannon. I think she's going to be at Lynn's gig tomorrow night. As
She
well.
is?
And you had our very own Eddie, who we mentioned earlier on.
Eddie
Lynn,
Gallagher?
Lynn, and
Lynn? Who's else?
the Donegal Connection.
Strawman from Balbuffet,
Right? And
Lorraine McCauley.
and Mary Claudie?
No, she's not coming.
No, but she won something there.
She also,
All the winners.
yeah, Mary Claudie Sullivan. She won Best Wedding Song. Hugh G and Maria Doherty from Buncrana won Best Duo.
That's right. Hugh P and Maria. That's right.
P, sorry. Lorraine won Best Gospel Cover. And there was another lady from down the country as well. I can't remember what she won.
Ireland did all right at it.
Larissa Tormé.
Oh, I heard that Larissa won something.
Yeah, she won an award this year again as well, which was great.
Seamus.
And Seamus, yeah. And Gundy Humphreys won an award too. From Cork.
Gundy did.
Yeah.
I didn't know about Gundy. I'm glad of that. I like Gundy.
absolutely.
Have you met him?
I met him. Once. I met him in Bundoran one time. He was up in the Bird's Nest. I met him there. Anyways,
Gundy's a brilliant writer.
thanks for calling up, Dan, and you're going to take us out on this one anyway.
I am. This is one we talked a wee bit about. This is the first one I did. I think I was just barely out of short pen. No, I was about 10. This is for my mom, and we cut this about 4 years ago. Oh no, sorry, it's on the album you got, Tommy. About 10 years ago now, and it's we did it like a Bakersfield shuffle. When a man sits at home each night, needs someone to love him right, feeling lonely and he's feeling blue. Someone to love him right, someone to help him see the light. And it's time that he had someone like you. Someone like you. When he's feeling sad, someone like you. When he's feeling bad, all he needs is someone like you. Someone like you, who is always true. Someone like you to help him through. All he needs is someone like you. What a man won't hardly talk, won't even take a little walk, sits at home, does nothing all day. When the blues won't go away, it just seems like they're here to stay. Then it's time that he had someone like you. Someone like you, when he's feeling sad. Someone like you, when he's feeling bad. All he needs is someone like you. Someone like you, who is always true. Someone like you to help him through. All he needs is someone like you. Yes, all I need is someone like you.
There's no substitute for good country music, and you'll find plenty right here with the country boy, Tommy Rosney.
I'm the cowboy that came here from Texas just to play you my music, that's all. My long shaggy hair and the clothes that I wear ain't fit for no big fancy ball. But the cowboys, they still